Breaking news from the Middle East, where tensions have once again exploded in the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most strategic and sensitive waterways in the world. Reports confirm that Iran has fired on 3 commercial ships and seized at least 2 vessels, escalating fears of a major maritime conflict. This incident comes at a time when the United States is maintaining a strong naval pressure and blockade strategy in the region. While diplomatic talks between both sides have completely collapsed, leaving no active channel for de-escalation. According to early maritime reports, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard targeted multiple commercial vessels passing through the strait. 3 ships were reportedly fired upon in separate incidents, where warning shots were initially issued before the situation escalated further. 2 of these vessels were later intercepted and taken under Iranian control. Iranian authorities claimed that the ships violated navigation instructions and ignored repeated warnings, while international shipping agencies described the incident as a serious and dangerous escalation against civilian maritime traffic. The Strait of Hormuz is not just a regional waterway, but a global energy lifeline. Nearly 20% of the world's oil supply passes through this passage daily. Any disruption in this narrow passage has immediate effects on global oil markets, fuel prices, and international trade routes. Because of this, even a small conflict in this area can trigger worldwide economic shockwaves. At the same time, the United States has increased its naval presence and continues to enforce pressure on Iran. Washington says its actions are aimed at ensuring freedom of navigation and restricting destabilizing activities in the region. However, Iran has strongly condemned the U.S. blockade strategy, calling it economic warfare and an illegal attempt to pressure the country. This ongoing exchange of actions and reactions has pushed both sides into a dangerous cycle of escalation. Diplomatic negotiations that were previously ongoing have now completely stalled. There is currently no confirmed timeline for renewed talks, and both sides appear firm on their positions. This diplomatic deadlock has significantly increased fears that tensions could further escalate in the coming days. Following the latest incidents, global oil markets reacted immediately, with prices rising due to fears of supply disruption. Traders and analysts warn that if instability continues in the Strait of Hormuz, oil prices could rise even further, potentially crossing major psychological levels. Shipping companies have also started avoiding the region or delaying their routes, causing disruptions in fuel transportation. Consumer goods supply chains and industrial shipments worldwide are also seeing the impact. Military forces in the region have been placed on high alert. Naval patrols from multiple countries are monitoring the area closely to prevent any further escalation. Defense experts warn that the risk of miscalculation is extremely high. Even a small incident at sea could quickly turn into a larger regional confrontation involving multiple powers. Although both sides are currently avoiding full-scale war, the situation remains extremely volatile and unpredictable. Looking ahead, the future of this crisis largely depends on whether diplomatic channels can be restored. If negotiations resume, tensions may gradually ease. However, if the blockade continues and maritime incidents increase, the region could face prolonged instability. Possible outcomes include renewed international mediation, further naval confrontations, or continued disruption of global oil trade routes. For now, the world is closely watching the Strait of Hormuz as it remains one of the most critical choke points for global energy security. This is a developing situation, and more updates are expected as new information emerges from the region.